G'day everyone. Well, today I had a big discussion in my Sony Live News and Rumours show about the upcoming Sony lenses that are going to be announced probably on Monday. Well, there's been some more detail about that come just this afternoon, so I thought I'd have a discussion with you all about it to see what you think. Because if we look on the Sony page, and I'll show you that here, what they're saying is that it's an SR5 now, so they're saying they're 100% sure this is going to be true. And on Monday, Sony will announce their most expensive E-mount lens in their range. So it is the 600 f4, which is what I predicted this morning. We're all having a debate about what lens we thought it would be, and I said I thought it would be a 600mm f4. This does make sense due to Sony really getting prepared for the Olympics next year. So it makes total sense that there will be a 200 to 600mm variable aperture lens, and also then the fixed f4 lens, which is obviously going to be more for the professional sports photographers and also for wildlife shooters that do this professionally, because it's going to be around $14,000 US. So it is very expensive. In fact, it's their most expensive lens. There was a patent that was out, and you can check that if you look. I'll put the link down below. There was a patent for that you can have a look here. And I suppose this is just a guide of what it will look like compared to the Nikon and the Canon version. So they're having a guess about what it will look like. So it's quite interesting because they're saying that the 200 to 600 5.6 to 6.3 lens will be around $2,000. And this other one, the 600 f4, will be $1,400, as you can see down here. So it's really interesting news. But how does this compare to the competition? Because there's a couple of ways that you could get around this too. If you had the 400mm f2.8 and then you stick the teleconverter on there, well, you basically almost get to 600mm at f4. So that's another interesting way that you could do it. And the quality may be similar, I'm not sure. But wildlife and sports shooters may say I'm not correct in that because I don't use anything near these telephoto lenses. But how does this compare to the competition? Well, I don't think I can show prices because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do that. But I can tell you what the prices are. Now, it's saying here this is the Nikon version, so the Nikon version. Now, the Nikon version is $12,296 at the moment. So it's around, $1,500 cheaper. Which is a fair bit of money, but this obviously has been around for a little while, but even this is back ordered, you can't get it. The Canon version is a lot cheaper. That's $9,499, and that's in stock, so you can buy that straight away. So it's quite interesting. The competition that's out there is going to be a fair bit cheaper than what the Sony version is going to be. If you're dealing with, saving, well, there's $4,000 compared to the Canon version and $1,500 compared to the Nikon version. So it's quite interesting in that regard. So I wanted to know your thoughts about the pricing of this. I mean, I probably think if you're in the Sony realm and you're shooting professionally, $1,000 is probably not that big a deal anyway. When you're dealing with lenses that cost that much money. I know that sounds awful to say that, but I'm saying in the scheme of things, when you're dealing with that much money, it may not be that much of a difference for shooters out there. But the one thing I can say is that no longer can anyone say that Sony hasn't got long telephoto zooms. I mean, they really couldn't say that anyway, but now they with 600mm, they just can't say that anymore. So it's a really interesting time to be shooting Sony. Very exciting time to be shooting Sony. There's no way that I'm ever going to get these lenses. I mean, I couldn't afford them, and I don't do that type of shooting. But if you are doing that type of shooting, I think it's just fantastic. I'm not sure how long it'll be before you could get one or how hard they're going to be to get. But nonetheless, it's exciting. Let me know your thoughts down below because I'm really curious to see what you have to say about this. And I'll see you all soon for the next video. Bye for now.